Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Why I Need podcast. Thank you for joining us. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you like, share, and engage us in the comment section. So, we're talking about the recently concluded local government elections in Rivers State. That the election just happened a few days ago, and the results already out, and it has sparked political tension and controversy within the state and even outside the state. I mean, people like Atiku Abubakar came out condemning the election result, saying it's a mockery of democracy. They're accusing the APC of manipulating the process, even though the governor is a PDP governor. The governor's probably going to either, defect to APC or stay out of the way, because the result shows that APC won 20 out of 23 local government, and the governor also lost his own local government. So it looks like Wike is not playing at all. He's not playing with him. On the paper, it looks like Wike is still in PDP, but in reality, it looks like he's playing on both sides. It's part of APC, it's part of PDP, and maybe he expects something from those APC local government chairmen. But it's really crazy how the politics in River State has been unfolding in the last few months. A lot of people are saying that they can see the end of APC government in that election. What do you think happened on that election day? Do you think the people actually voted for APC in droves, or do you think something else happened?
I mean, it's unfortunate what is happening in Rivers State. And of all the states in Nigeria, it's quite unfortunate that it's the Rivers State that this is happening to. When I was in PTI, I had a lot of classmates from Rivers State, and they used to talk about how strong their political prowess and how strong-willed they are or they were. And I believed them up until recently that all of this started unfolding. In fact, I reached out to my class rep and I was basically asking him what was the charade going on in River State, and he laughed it over. But it looks like he's one of Wike's boys. But to answer your question, election did not happen in River State. Selection happened. They selected some people to fill the position. And I think what happened, what Wike did was meant to embarrass the Fubara, considering the fact that he lost out in his own local government. So basically, what Wike is trying to communicate to him is that even his own people rejected him. But to be very honest with you, if I were Fubara, the governor, I would graciously resign and then leave the political stage for them. Let them bring whoever they want to bring. But it's unfortunate what Tinubu, Wike, and Ibas, the sole administrator, the kind of robbery or daylight robbery that they committed in River State. Everything was orchestrated by them. And even with the National Assembly, the both houses of the National Assembly. So if they are saying that they conducted the election, no, the election did not take place. Selection, definitely took place. And right after that, Wike said that the coast is not clear for the governor to return. Where is the governor coming back to? The governor is PDP. The House of Assembly, they don't even know their stand. They don't know if they are PDP or APC. And the local government is APC. And the governor would just be like a lame dog. He can't do nothing. He can't even move around. So if, honestly and truly, if I were him, I would just graciously take a bow and then just leave it for them.
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably thinking about it too, but he would want to do his term and just have it on record that he completed a 4 year, even though they've messed up a few months out of his 4 years for him. But if it's truly there for the people, if he really cares about the people, I don't think there's much he can do at this point. If he truly cares about the people, he can just write it out and make sure that it makes a difference. I know the people in River State, they're probably still experiencing status quo, nothing has changed, and maybe nothing will change. But the people that are making calls, they're making the decision in the states, are gonna continue to enjoy. But the ordinary people in the state will continue to suffer as usual. So it's not about leadership. It's not about leadership to them. I think it's just about finding a way to line in the pocket, to getting fat, to making people miserable. I mean, the state is one of the wealthiest states in the country. And the way the leaders are acting is not just encouraging. What do they expect from the younger folks looking up to them, coming after them? With all these crazy precedents that's been set, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I think the president can do better. Obviously, the former governor of the state can do better as well, Wike. And also Fubara. I mean, he's basically powerless at this point. Like you said, he's a lame duck governor. He can't really do anything. He doesn't have any power. Maybe he's just gonna write down the rest of his term and continue to get the retirement once he leaves office. Because I don't know if there's any job for him out there when he leaves office. Maybe he'll go into you know, a private organization, but not in the government unless they settle their rift. Maybe they can make him a senator or make him a minister if Tinubu wins, just to compensate him for how they damaged him. But it's just ridiculous the way the politics is in Nigeria. And hopefully they can quickly work something out and go back to governing in the right way, making the lives of the people better. But at this point, I just think it's gonna continue status quo. Nothing significant is gonna change.
Yeah. In fact, if I were him, there is nothing to ride out. He can't really help the people. He can't do nothing for the people because there is no single thing that he want to do in that state that he will not take order from Abuja. They have to okay every single move that he wants to make. And I don't think our founding fathers meant democracy to be like that. Even though somebody helped him become the governor, there should be some kind of independence on his part to do what he thinks is the right thing for his people. But as it is right now, he can't really do nothing. He can't help nobody. In fact, he did be thanking God or begging for his own salary and his own entitlement. I think people will, in fact, the young people, the youth, the Nigerian youth, I think they will respect him more if he come out and then tender his resignation and say he cannot be, he can no longer be part of these circles. Because as far as I'm concerned, and as far as a lot of Nigerians are concerned, what is happening in there is the circles. And I think this is in anticipation for 2027. This is in preparation for 2027. But I think Wike should remember that nothing lasts forever. No champion reigns forever. When Ibori was reigning in Delta State, he never knew that he could end up in jail. And I've always asked this question, and some people answered me and said politicians make up quickly. So let's say hypothetically tomorrow Obi becomes the president, Atiku becomes the president. What will become of Wike? Because I know he will be running from pillar to post. He will spend almost all his money on on legal issues, paying lawyers and stuff like that. And then I like Tinubu as a person, but I don't just like his politics. He plays his politics is like that of the mafias. He don't care. He don't listen. He don't care what people are saying. Like this evening, I read in the paper that Wike is about to give the judges of the Federal High Court about 16 houses, maybe 22 houses. What kind of case would you take to the court against Wike that those judges will rule against him? It's not going to happen. So they are bribing the judiciary in the broad daylight. And the case of Rivers State has been in court, has been sitting in court in this with the Supreme Court. They did not even make an attempt to hear that case. We did be surprised, we will not be surprised because I think Fubara will be returning on the 18th of this month. So we will not be surprised on the 19th, the Supreme Court will come out and say that they are throwing the case out because it's academic exercise. It has been overtaken by events. This is just not democracy. I think in Nigeria and most countries in Africa, they should look for a better system of government that will better serve them instead of this thing they call democracy.
Yeah, like you said he's gonna gain a lot of respect if he resigns, but I don't think respect is gonna feed him. I mean, he needs to write it out, get paid. He already lost a lot and he's already damaged. He can't come back into the national politics anymore, at least not from Rivers. He's not gonna have that power. People are gonna remind him how he was bullied out of the office. So he's already lost a lot, and he just need to count his losses and write it out, get paid, and get his retirement benefit once he leaves the office. Because if he retires or if he resigns from a position now, I don't think he's gonna get that retirement benefit. But if he writes it out, it might get the retirement benefit, and that should actually motivate him to stay there and work for the people for the next few months or few years that he has left in his term. So, I mean, resigning will make him look good, but it's not going to feed him in the long term. It's not going to improve his financial status. He's already lost a lot. And at this point, he just need to write it out. That's my opinion. I just think he needs to write it out so that he can get his benefit when he leaves the office at the end of his term. But it's already a damaged goods. I don't think they'll bring him back into national politics anymore unless they just want to, give him something to compensate him for damaging him forever.
Yeah. I mean, he was never a politician to begin with. He was never a politician. He was, I think, the chief accountant of Rivers State under Wike. So I think he's rich already. He has money already because Wike has money. So if he was his chief accountant, so it means that he's rich. If he decide to resign today, he's okay. I think he will be very okay. And I think when the issues was happening, he probably was anticipating a situation like this and he was stashing away some money. So you never can trust these people. So if he decide to resign today, I think he will be okay because he was never a politician. And I know that you're saying that he's a damaged goods. Yeah, I agree with you. But you never know. Tomorrow somebody may pick him up as a minister. People like that are better suited for like a ministerial appointment, all those political appointments, not necessarily for elected office. He's very weak. He's a weakling. He's very weak to be elected as a governor, even as a councillor. He's better suited for like a commissioner, accountant general, and stuff like that. But to elect somebody like that as a councillor, I think is just a waste of that space. Yeah. Let us know what you think. Do you think Fubara should resign? Do you think he should come back as governor? Considering the fact that he's been encircled, he basically cannot do anything. He can't even help himself. He'd probably be begging Abuja to pay his salary. So what would you do if you were in his position? Would you come back and continue? Or you would just say, let me just continue these circles and then just leave their position for them. Let us know what you think. For me, I think he should resign and just honorably resign and just go away and let them figure it out. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate you.